These clowns out here was gonna go out there and make videos.
I just wanna go home. I just wanna be home.
Mase, say names.
Yeah, security crying behind the car.
Damn. People look at me as being bad boy security.
Yeah, this blanket. It's like, what?
Oh, Gene Deal was crying for the blanket. Gene Deal was this, that, and the Gene Deal was this, that, and the third.
But he there for security.
What you think I'm gonna be doing when you doing all that to Gene Deal? I bet you really don't wanna know.
Overnight, a handful of short clips completely turned the internet upside down. What started off as joking around on the mic suddenly reopened one of the most painful nights in hip-hop history. Names like Mase, Cameron, and Gene Deal were thrown straight into the fire, and this time, nobody was laughing. The energy shifted fast, it got serious, it got personal, and it forced the culture to confront an uncomfortable question. Where does humor stop and disrespect begin?
You wanna say something, Mase? Tell us why you didn't go. Mase, why you didn't go to the party? Mase, why you didn't go to the party?
Party? Because I was in a hotel with Brandy.
Why you didn't go? Brandy told you, you told me that Brandy told you, let's go to the party. Why you didn't go to the party?
I didn't go to the party because all y'all seem like snakes. And I'm not gonna be
So Mase, who told you? Mase, didn't I tell you? Listen to him, Mase. Did I tell? Let's keep it 100. When you was riding around,
Let me answer.
Go ahead.
Let me answer the question. You guys was the security. If somebody shot the biggest rapper in the world, why y'all didn't shoot back? Y'all had guns?
Mase, let me ask you something. I'm gonna get to that. Mase, one question. When you was riding around Cali with Stevie J, didn't I pull you to the side and say, what the fuck is you doing in a drop top Benz riding around with Stevie J around Cali? Did I say that to you? Did I say that to you, Mase?
What began as slick mic talk and casual joking quickly turned into something much heavier, much more personal, and honestly uncomfortable to watch unfold in real time.
I was actually in a hotel with a young lady.
And when you heard this information, what was your next actions?
My next actions? After what?
When you heard Biggie died, did you stay in your hotel room? Did you leave out? Did you want to go back to New York?
I actually was trapped in a hotel.
Now I want to ask the question. What do you mean trapped?
It was about probably like 70 or so bloods in the hallway. I couldn't even leave my room.
How'd you get out?
One of the guys.
Why would it be 70 bloods in your hallway after Biggie Smalls died?
Actually, after Big got killed, they was probably looking for more bad boy artists. And I couldn't even leave the room till Gene Deal, the officer had to come get me.
This wasn't friendly banter or nostalgic joking. The tone felt tense, emotional, and weighed down by years of unresolved history. It started when Mase and Cam were on their show doing what they normally do, laughing, joking, and speaking freely. But this time, many felt a line had been crossed. Jokes were made referencing the night Biggie was killed, a moment that still carries enormous weight in hip-hop, along with comments questioning why Gene Deal didn't respond aggressively that night.
Who went out there and they start running off by their mouth, trying to make airways and trying to make a show. Here go a grown-ass man, Mase and Cameron, made suggestions to bad boy security. These clowns out here was gonna go out there and make videos. When you do stuff like that, you gotta know right now that people look at me as being bad boy security. You gotta be clear. As soon as that drop, you got 5 or 6 out there. Oh, Gene Deal was crying for the blanket. Gene Deal was this, that, and the Gene Deal was this, that, and the third.
And the next part of his message was deeply disturbing.
You already know, Mase. When you doing all that stuff to Gene Deal, what do Gene Deal supposed to be doing while you doing all that? I bet you really don't want to know. What you think I'm gonna be doing when you doing all that to Gene Deal? They can play if they want to, but if they know what I know, they better find somebody else to play with. I never had to tell Big them keep it a buck. I never had to tell Big them I told Big to his face, if you go to this party tonight, one of y'all gonna die. Some people gonna die if you go to this party tonight.
To them, it may have sounded like edgy humor. To a lot of listeners, it came off as careless, disrespectful, and out of bounds. And context matters here. Gene Deal isn't just some random name. He was Biggie's close friend and longtime security, someone who lived through that night, survived it, and has spoken about carrying that trauma for decades.
Trying to divert that whole conversation and make it seem like, so Gene, why you didn't shoot? Listen to me. It wasn't because Big wasn't my principal. And he knew the fact that we had blew the light and we was halfway down the block, crossed the light, and then when the first shot went off, our driver took straight off. I'm screaming at our driver because he was told that somebody was pointing a gun at Big and them. He should have just threw the car in reverse. He knew the whole story, my man, because me and him had a conversation on the phone. He the one told me, well, I was in the room with Brandy and Brandy was trying to get me out the room to come to the party. So I felt that was kind of weird. So she said Brandy was calling me trying to get me out the room to come to the party. Well, you was in the room with Brandy. How's she calling you to try to get you out the room to come to the party? You know what I'm saying? This was going through my mind. But Mase knew the whole situation. Mase knew that it's no way possible that I was able, being sideways in the car, because Puff, when I got in the car, Puff had put his seat back. Now I'm sideways in the car like this, and I'm cussing him out like, yo, man, what the f is you doing? Why you got your seat back like this? We hear the shot, bow. Puff put his head down. I go to open the door. Kitty flies, going straight. So he knew the whole story. What I supposed to do? Put my gun out the window and just start shooting like this? When the car had already turned the corner, it came out of parking space. So he knew the story, bruh. He was trying to just divert the attention of, well, why security? So ask security, ask Big security, ask Paul, ask the LAPD. The LAPD officer that was right there, they was right behind. Paul was outside the car. Why didn't they shoot? Why when we turn back around and come down the street, that they way down the block, they coming back when we get back to the car. When we get back to the car, nobody's in Big's car. But Big, Mase knew this. Me and Mase had this conversation. Him and Tone is like this. He knew me and Tone jumped in the car and chased after the guy. We couldn't catch him. He wanted to divert the attention from himself because why didn't you tell Big that these dudes was trying to get at you, bruh? You had that conversation with Puff, but you ain't had that conversation with Big. Big was your label mate. So people come on to him, why you ain't shoot? Listen to me, bro. At that time, I was young, dumb, and full of cum. Anybody who really knows me know that they ain't gotta worry about nothing if it comes to the point where gunplay has to be a part of my security. I'm not gonna hesitate, because I never bodyguard anybody that I wasn't willing to lay down my life.
Once those clips started circulating online, it didn't take long for people to begin tagging Gene, flooding his inbox, and waiting for a response. And Gene didn't ignore it. His reaction immediately changed the tone. No jokes, no podcast energy, just seriousness. He made it clear he didn't appreciate his name being mentioned, especially when tied to a night that permanently altered his life. He didn't raise his voice, but his message landed heavy. He addressed Mase directly, saying if those words were meant, they should be stood on.
Just can't tell me nothing.
And the second top artist in the world, which is Mase, about to be number one. That's what I'm saying. I wonder his face because I'm like, if y'all let me do that to Big, I don't stand it.
That moment pushed this from podcast chatter into something that felt very real. What unsettled many people was how Jean delivered his response. This didn't feel like clout chasing or internet theatrics. It sounded like someone who genuinely felt disrespected. Jean made it clear that joking about real trauma can come with real consequences, not online arguments, but real tension. That's when a lot of viewers realized this wasn't entertainment anymore. This became about respect, pain, and boundaries. Cameron, known for his sharp tongue and Harlem confidence, hasn't fully responded yet, but fans know his reputation.
Everybody trying to go viral. Everybody trying to go viral. Everybody trying to go viral out here.
Cam isn't known for backing down, and he's always been vocal when defending himself. But this situation is different. This isn't a rap battle or a social media roast. It involves history, loss, and a killing that still raises difficult questions, making every comment feel sensitive. Almost immediately, the hip-hop community split into different camps. Some believe Gene Deal had every right to feel offended, arguing that jokes about that night are inappropriate no matter who makes them. Others feel Mase and Cam were simply being themselves, speaking freely on a mic without harmful intent. But intent doesn't cancel impact, and that's where things escalated fast. What really intensified everything was how quickly the clips spread. TikTok, Instagram, X, everywhere people replayed the jokes next to Gene's response. The contrast was impossible to ignore. Laughter in one moment, a serious warning in the next. That's when many realized how easily this could spiral if the wrong words were exchanged. Timing matters too. Hip-hop is already in a sensitive moment when it comes to legacy, respect, and accountability. Old stories, old jokes, and past behavior are being re-examined. So when something like this happens, it hits harder than it might have years ago. Gene Deal's message tapped into a larger conversation about who gets to joke about certain moments and what the cost can be. Right now, nobody knows how this ends. Will Mase address it directly? Will Cam respond with humor or take a more serious route? Or does this cool down before it goes any further? One thing is clear. Gene Deal made it known he doesn't take his name lightly, especially when Biggie's legacy is involved. This situation is a reminder that hip-hop history isn't just clips and sound bites. It's real people, real loss, and lasting scars. And when those scars are touched for laughs, a reaction is almost guaranteed. The internet may thrive on drama, but this moment feels like it crossed from viral content into a space that demands caution.